Hello, everybody. It's Rebecca here from The Pursuit of Fabulous, and I am here for my very first installment of Feel Good Marketing Monday. And today we're going to talk about the number one thing holding you back from manifesting results in your business. So first things first, I want to tell you a little bit of a story about, hey Kristen, hey Elise, hey Tanya, about one of the first ways that I ever approached marketing early on in my business, and sort of the origin of the name Feel Good Marketing Monday. And oh my gosh, we might have a surprise visitor at some point. He's under the table. What are you doing, babe?
Huh? What?
You want to say hi to the humans? This is Brandon Marshall.
Hey,
He's the spiritual smartass, and he may or may not be joining me on some of these Feel Good Marketing Mondays. And we may or may not be doing something kind of exciting. I decided it was a thing.
Cool.
I move fast, guys, and you should too. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so back when I was a baby newbie coach, I teamed up with this amazing company called Inner Glow Circle with my best friend, Katie DePaula. And in that training, I used to lead a weekly live coaching call for the women in this container. It was like a paid membership called Marketing Mondays. And I would spot coach these women, and then, after the calls, I would often write to them and kind of like forward the action, as they used to say in my coaching program. So perhaps we'd talk about a block or something on a call, and then I would reference that. And I'd be like, hey, if you ever want to hop on the phone and talk a little bit more about your business, I have some ideas for you. And if you're ever interested in working together, it's definitely something we could explore. And that's how I got a lot of discovery calls when I was first getting started. So I didn't have an audience of my own at that time. So I did what I tell so many of my clients to do, which is before you have your own audience, which I believe you develop through audience growth strategies and amazing content, I think it's really smart to get in front of other people's audiences and provide value. And you want to get in front of audiences that are complementary towards yours. So these were all people, like I was really the only marketing coach in this group. And so it was a perfect way for me to come in and add value to them and really position myself as an expert who could help them. So that's where Marketing Mondays originated. And yeah, I'm bringing it back now. I decided 10 minutes ago. I've been playing with this idea, but I think it would be really fun. In my personal life, I'm really playing with having these daily, weekly, monthly, and quarterly anchoring rituals that I do, right? And so if on Sundays I meal prep, then I have food ready the whole week. If I work out every day, I feel so good throughout the day. If I make time, if I have a regular time that I get together with girlfriends, I feel so good. So I'm really into these anchoring rituals and practices that just really set you up for success. And I think a lot of us do a great job with that in health. We don't always do it in marketing and in business. And so as a practice, I think we're all our own clients, right? So I'm always in the inquiry of how can I make my marketing feel really, really good? Because that's the promise of my business. I hear the dog. She always feels really, really good. Her name is Katie. And you guys, I love questions. I'm a manifesting generator in human design, which means I'm designed to respond. And so if you type me questions, it activates stuff for me. And so it's a great chance to get your question answered. If you have any questions around marketing, making it feel really good, and how to make your business more profitable and fun in any way, shape, or form, type it in, and I'd love to answer you. Okay, so yeah, I'm doing more anchoring practices and getting into more of a regular routine with my marketing, hence Feel Good Marketing Mondays. So I will be back next Monday. I think I'm gonna make it around 7 p.m. Eastern, so it's at the end of the day, and typically I always find it interesting how other people structure their schedules and structure their weeks. So I'm feeling inspired to share that right now, but I really like to bookend the week. So I don't usually take very many client calls if any, on Mondays and Fridays. And I do all of my client work Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. So that's like my group mastermind call. That's my one-on-one clients. That's any intensives that I'll do with clients. That's usually when that happens. And then today I had therapy, which was super fun. I just started seeing a therapist for the first time since high school, just feeling called to that type of support a little bit more. I had a peer mastermind call. So I'm in a mastermind with a bunch of other powerhouse 6- and 7-figure business owners. We get together and we just brainstorm on business. So I had that. And then I got lunch with a dear friend and caught up on some work that I needed to do. So it was a nice easing into the week. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays are pretty packed with coaching calls. And then Friday, I always meet a few girlfriends at a local co-working space. And that's when I'll do sometimes discovery calls. I do those sometimes Mondays too. And interviews. So like I have a podcast interview this Friday. So that's when I'll do that kind of stuff, like extra PR things. And then checking in with my team usually happens on a Monday or Friday as well. And I find it so helpful to really break your week down into themes like that. Otherwise, it can be overwhelming. And you can end up, I forget what the term for it is, but when you're constantly, hi Katie Bug, the dog's joining us. When you're constantly switching from task to task, you don't get to go as deeply into each individual thing that you're doing. And for me, it just gets kind of stressful. So I really like having time to super ground in and really focus and get into a deep rhythm with whatever I'm doing. Okay. So one of my favorite things about Facebook Live is you get to just kind of go off on tangents, and it's a good thing, right? It's encouraged. So yay for that. I wanted to specifically talk about tonight the number one thing holding you back from manifesting results in your marketing. And okay, so to me, this is when your actions are not lining up with what you say you want. So let's say you've decided that this is going to be your first 6-figure year, right? And so you know what that would look like in terms of clients. But then let's say every time that Mercury is in retrograde, or you feel a little sniffly, or you're just kind of like moody or PMSing, you take a break from your business, right? And so and you're not taking the actions that you know you need to take in order to create the goal, right? So that's like a perfect example of your actions aren't lining up with the result that you say you want. And so that's so interesting, right? Because I don't actually believe in like procrastination. I really think that when we are aligned, that we naturally do the things that we want to do. But I think a lot of us, I think we get happier the more self-aware we are, right? And the more we're actually going for goals that are authentically what we want. And so, this is actually a really good time for you to do this. If you just set a bunch of goals for the new year, I really invite you to take a look at them and just really check, like, is this what I authentically, truly, deeply want? Or is this a goal that I inherited from my family or society or a friend group, right? Like, are you going after goals in your business and your life that are your soul goals? They're what you truly, deeply feel pulled towards? Or, for example, do you feel like you want a 6-figure or 7-figure business because it's the cool thing and it will make you feel significant? And as a little kid, you never felt significance. So you're really looking to fill that need, for example, right? So I really want you to just audit, like, what are my core values and what do I actually want? Like, if I could spend my dream day, what would I be doing? If I had unlimited money and unlimited time, what would I be doing? How would I be living? And then if the goals you're setting, like if you really you're like a chilled out homebody and you're kind of an introvert, yet your business model is like tons of one-on-one clients. So and you're like, why am I not signing clients? It's like, because you don't actually want them. All of your actions are not lined up actually with that goal or you don't have the support structures that would actually enable you to hold you having that goal, right? So I just felt like that was really important. And I'm constantly coming back and reflecting, like, is this getting me closer to what I actually want? Are my actions lining up towards my most authentic goals? So just a really important invitation for all of you. Okay. Aaliyah says, marketing feels heavy for me. Transforming from the message into asking for the sale. And hi, Rebecca. Hi, Aaliyah. Okay, when I hear marketing feels heavy, immediately what comes to mind is shoulds, right? Like when marketing feels heavy to me, it's like I have to do it. It's a task on my to-do list. It feels unnatural, and it feels like, yeah, this boulder up a hill energy. And so my guess is there's some fears and limiting beliefs in there woven in. So one example is I've been out and about all day and I just got home and I was like, I kind of am really feeling this live stream right now, but I feel like I don't look super perfect. Like I feel like I should put on more makeup. Like I feel like I should have more of a clear outline. And I hear that voice and I also know, like, I'm here for my core soulmate clients. My core soulmate clients are these deeply feeling powerhouse women entrepreneurs, and they're okay with me showing up without a ton of makeup on or perfect hair. Like they actually are really here for my content, and it's super important for me to show up real, right? And like sometimes real means like polished and done up, and sometimes it doesn't, and it's all totally okay, but they really want me to show up. It's actually very important. And so that's one part of things that can feel heavy. Another thing is being really afraid of being judged. So I think a lot of us are in like a codependent relationship with the internet, right? And with other people. And so we really care about the approval of other people. And I get this. It's like a really big thing. But at a certain point, like, sorry, there's a really funny meme on Brandon's computer of these guys dancing. It just distracted me for a second. Like at some point, all your ego's worst fears will come true, and you'll realize that you're still breathing and you're still moving, and it doesn't actually matter. And so I think the more you can look at, oh my God, hi. I love you.
You can't live here?
You can absolutely live here. Come say hello.
Hello.
Aaliyah was saying that marketing is feeling heavy for her, and I just thought that was so interesting. So Aaliyah, I would really encourage you to do some journaling and just really ask, like, why does marketing feel heavy for me, and why does asking for the sale feel heavy? And I would like you to journal out and write down all of that stuff. And then like point by point, I really want you to examine that. So it might be because I feel like what I have to say isn't good enough. And then I want you to get curious. Is that actually true? Is there somebody out there who like would love to hear what you have to say? Is there at least one person on the internet who really needs the message that is coming through you? If yes, then like it's time to get out of your way. Another reason is like, you're just out of practice. So like imagine someone who's just post-breakup who hasn't actually been on a date in forever. Like before Brandon and my first date, I got so nervous because like I actually liked him and we had this like internet friendship before. And so like sometimes it's just like you haven't been on a date with a guy you actually like in a while, for example. And so it's like, you just need to get over the initial hump. Or like I was just talking today with some of my mastermind sisters about how like working out, for example, like at first you resist it so much and then eventually you start to crave it, right? So some of this stuff is just getting back in the game with your marketing.
Actually, her question reminds me of like I was actually working with Aaliyah
for
like a 10-day carpool trip. Like I've done a few of her things, but she's like, her psychic ability is amazing.
Oh,
and
cool. Are you letting yourself be fully psychically you on the internet? Then that's what I want to know.
I remember one card she pulled for me, and it was like this idea of having this wide range, like you're in this open field before you do your content.
Cool.
And what if you ask yourself, like, you stop putting the constraints on like what you want to talk about, and just ask like, what does my soul really want to say?
Ooh.
Even if it doesn't really make sense to your
Yeah.
niche or something like that, sometimes you need to give yourself that creative expression that needs to come out.
Oh, I love that. Very cool.
Which is funny because it goes back to the time that something I learned from Aaliyah's card pool. It's like, oh.
Yeah. And that's actually a really good point. Sometimes I'll go back and I'll do my own courses because they're really fucking good. But like, I'm like, okay, Rebecca, you're feeling a little writing rut. Like, why don't you go back through the Content Queen curriculum? P.S. Content Queen is always available. If you go to my website, I'll drop it in here, but it's $4.97, and it's like exactly what I do and how I've grown a 6-figure business basically using Facebook posts. So if you're interested in that, definitely check it out. Always available.
Usually the course is $20,000, but it's at a 95% discount today.
My content didn't only grow my business, it also connected me to.
Yeah,
Can I call you my soulmate on the internet?
Yeah, you're allowed to do that. Yay. Our content like magnetized to each other. If I stay here too long, there's going to be someone that's going to be like, why is he here?
I don't care. So we were just talking about not caring about people's opinions, and I love you. So I'm glad you're here.
There's going to be people on the internet.
I don't care. Do you know how many names I've been called on the internet? At this point, it's like some of them are valid, some of them are not valid. And at the end of the day, and I highly suggest, like, pick 5 people. That's whose opinions you get to let impact your day in any way, shape, or form. I mean, truly, if we were our fully spiritual sovereign beings, it would be like nothing, no one. But like, if someone who actually knows me well, has my best interest at heart, and truly loves me, has something to say, then I will listen. Yeah. And if not, I'm really trying to, like, you know,
and they'll jump on the, like,
protect my tender heart from the opinions of, like, the masses. You know what I mean?
Especially if you truly do give a shit and your heart's centered, that's gonna fucking it's gonna mess you up. Like,
yeah, 100%. Okay, so Elise said, it's so funny that I've caught this particular live with you. I've today finally decided that the traditional one-on-one coaching model is not me at all. So true. I don't want them, LOL. Yeah, so it's so perfect. And I think that that's amazing. I think, number one, I think everyone should pull their human design, because that can give you a lot of information on how your energy is meant to flow and what's going to be best in your business. So if you haven't already, go to jovianarchive.com and pull that, because there's a lot of cool ways to apply that. Number 2, let it be fluid. Like, last year, I only had like a small handful of one-on-one clients the whole year, and I was all about masterminds and group programs and digital courses. That was where the bulk of my income came last year. This year, I'm actually like, I don't know, I seem to be on a roll of like having amazing one-on-one clients like come out of nowhere and pay in full. Like, it's a nice little whatever.
It's true.
It's true. It keeps happening, and it's awesome. And there are people I'm like so excited to work with, and there are people who are a little further ahead in their business mostly. And yeah, it's been super fun, and I'm enjoying that, and I'm enjoying like sort of a more chill launch and having a few more one-on-one clients than usual. And that's what's feeling really good right now. But I think I just let the energy pull me rather than trying to force what I think is the right strategy onto it. I really like tune into my physical body, and I'm like, what wants to come through? What feels the most like nourishing for me, for my clients? Like, what intuitively am I feeling pulled to create right now? And then I really follow that energy for the most part. Look at all these awesome people. I love giving the message, just not asking for the sale. Okay, so do you understand that when you ask for a sale, you're like connecting the dots for the transformation? So like, when I'm talking on here on live stream, you guys can get such valuable information, but you're not getting my eyes on your business I'm not holding you accountable. You're not getting the customization to your unique pain points and needs. There are gaps right now that you have blind spots.
Even the decision itself will have you like.
Totally. But like, and I'm not one of those people that thinks you always need to have a coach to be a coach, but when you need a coach, and when you're really drawn to someone and really activated by them, I think it's like such a powerful decision to work with someone. And I think, I mean, maybe this is cocky, but I'm really owning my inner like cocky, arrogant asshole lately. Like it feels very empowering, but like it's like such a gift that my clients get to work with me and pay me. Like I give them so much value that it's like insane. Like I think my clients get way more out of it than I do. Like I'm getting paid and I love it and it's fun, but like I would hire me in a heartbeat as my ideal clients, right? And so I feel like I'm doing them a favor when I'm like, hey, do you see this amazing thing that you want deeply? Like I can get you there 10 times faster. Do you want to do this thing? And I'm completely unattached to whether they want to do it or not, whatever. And I only say that when I deeply feel that it's the right thing. And like, I think it's great. Like, I don't know. So I think number one, explore what your resistance is to asking for the sale. Do you actually want clients? Is that authentically what you want? Do you want to be running a coaching business if that is what you want to do? Because like, maybe it's not what you're meant to be doing, right? But if it is, like what's actually going on? Because if you're operating correctly in your business and you're really doing what you're meant to be doing, like you're going to be attracting clients who have the resources to pay you and who are really excited to work with you and are just like, oh, thank fucking God, this is amazing. Like when my cleaning ladies came last week, I was like over the moon. I was like, this is worth 10 times this, like the feeling I get of like not having to like scrub the floor or whatever, like it felt amazing. And so like your ideal client, like I think some people feel like they're taking from their clients, but like you don't have to work with people who are choosing between paying you and paying their rent. Like that's not your ideal client. There are plenty of ideal clients. Your gifts are so needed and so valuable. And oftentimes I think we just like find ourselves playing out these low-level patterns that are actually unnecessary. There's actually an abundance of ideal soulmate clients that are just out there for you. And so it's really about connecting with them and really honing in your marketing and your energy to the point where it's just very easy for them to find you, see you as the expert they've been looking for, and enroll with you. And really looking at that process. And if you're not sure why it's not working, that's a really good time to like hire a coach that you deeply resonate with that like specializes in that. So like my whole thing is feel good marketing. So like how do you go from like authentic content to soulmate clients? Like that entire process is what I specialize in. And so if that's something that you are struggling with, like message me. I would love to work with you in some capacity, and I feel no guilt saying that because I'm excellent at what I do and I know I can help people get results. And so it would be silly for me not to be like loud about that, quite honestly. Okay. I'm curious, what's the difference for you between when you're feeling drawn to doing a live versus just a written post? Written posts like tend to pour out of me, but that's because I really have a writing practice and have been doing it for years. And that's something that I detail, like I go through it in depth in Content Queen, like exactly what I do, exactly how I post, and like any question you could possibly think about writing on the internet for your business is answered in there. But for me, like being on live stream feels a little more like energetically, like it takes more energy. Like I feel like I can be in bed half asleep and write a pretty bomb Facebook post. Like it just sort of is easy. Live stream feels like it takes a little more energy for me. So if I'm feeling more energy, and if it's not just like a single point, but I really feel like I'm in an energy where I could riff, that's another time that I'll do a live stream. Thank you both. Yo. Yay! Okay, well, this was super fun, you guys. We've been on here for 24, almost 25 minutes. So that's a pretty good run.
Go for 30.
Go for 30. No, I'm not trying to go for 30. I just want to go follow the energy. But yeah, I'm going to commit that this is now a new thing I do. Oh my goodness. I can't, like, there's a part of me that's like, don't commit to a regular thing. Like, don't constrain yourself. But I actually think it's really fun and good to have like commitments that are in alignment with your goals. So this is me really walking my talk, practicing what I preach, etc. Yeah, if you guys got value out of this, please feel free to share it. I'm all about the sharing all over the internet. Sharing is caring. And if you're feeling activated by this and your marketing is not feeling really, really good, it's not because marketing is hard or you're not meant to be doing this, unless you aren't meant to be doing this. But my guess is if you're here, that you are some kind of coach, healer, online service provider, or like maybe we dated in middle school, I don't know. But it's probably you're in that group of people and you want running your business to be more profitable and fun. And if you vibe with me and if you feel like you're in a plateau or a stuck place, it would be my honor to help you, truly. So message me. I have a couple of different offerings, and really customize it to what's most impactful for you at this time. No cookie cutters, just like, I truly want to help marketing be more fun and more profitable and more natural for coaches and healers and light workers, because the world needs our messages. And if we're not well funded and we're not getting our messages out there, then like so many people are going to stay in pain. Like, we need the Reiki practitioners and the acupuncturists and the web designers and the love coaches and the creativity can openers and the psychics and the business coaches and the copywriters. Like, we need all of these amazing, powerful, love-centered business owners to be making money and impacting a lot of people with their work. And I just believe marketing is key to doing that. And marketing in a way that feels really good is like, I think if you're not focusing on that in your business, something's off. And so hire a coach if it's not your strength or you're feeling in a blocked place. Like, I can't recommend it enough. And if you vibe with me, I'd love to be that person. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a wonderful night. Happy first ever Feel Good Marketing Monday. Tune in next week at 7 p.m. Eastern. Today was a little late. And yay, I'm so glad you guys were all here. This was super fun.